Hello, dear students, and welcome to a new session. Today we will work in another topic that we haven't seen yet. So, guys, in order to start this activity, we're going to play a game, right? Remember that this session is being recorded for you in order you can see it at any moment of your, well, of your process. So, okay, I'm going to share with you my screen. Give me just 1 second in order to start, right? Okay, one moment. Yes, okay. So we are going to see some pictures about some vocabulary that we're going to see, right? Okay. Tourist activities around the world. Okay, right. So here we have some activities. Let's read. Climb Mount Fuji. Go sightseeing in New York. Go to the top of the Eiffel Tower. Try Korean food. Take a tour of the Tower of London. Take pictures of the Great Wall. Okay, guys, I want you to focus on all these vocabulary and just let me know through the chat if you know it or you don't know it. Right. So here we have several actions that we do when we are on vacations or when we visit a new place for us, right? Climb is like escalar, right? Go sightseeing is like ver, right? Observar, right? Go to the top of, ir hasta el tope de algún edificio. Try, so, probar, intentar, tratar, right? Take a tour of the Tower of London, tomar un tour, right? And take pictures of, tomar fotos de any specific place that you enjoy, right? Very good. So just stop the video. Try to give me at least one example with this vocabulary, and when you are ready, you can continue watching the video, right? Okay, right. Thank you very much. Excellent job. So now, I want to ask you something, right? Do you know how to use these words? Okay, I'm going to show you the words with the ones we will work today, right? Yet, already, ever, and before. Okay. Do you know these words? Let me see. Let me know, right? Okay. So I want you to stop the video in this moment and go to Google Chrome or YouTube or any other technological resource that you can use in order to look for those words and when do you use them, okay? When you are ready, you can come back, play the video again, and write down your comments in the chat. Okay, guys, so thank you for coming back. Now, okay, did you investigate something? I hope to see your comments in the chat, team chat that we have, right? Okay, very good. So now, we are going to, right, see an explanation of this topic. In which cases do you use these words, right? So let me share my screen with you. Okay, there you have. Here we have an explanation of the present perfect with already, yet, ever, and before. Remember that the previous class, we check what was the present perfect and in which cases do we use it. If you don't know, you can see the recording and in order to understand a little bit better what is present perfect, okay? So in the first example, we're going to read, use yet or already in questions about recent experiences. Okay, what happens with yet? Yet is like an action that you haven't done. Until this point of your life, you haven't done that, right? And already is an action that maybe you did in the past, so it is not the first time you do that action. Okay, so you can use yet and already in questions, no problem. Example, have you toured Quito yet? So until this point of your life, have you visited Quito? Has she already tried Korean barbecue? So it means that the person is asking if you tried Korean food before this point of your life. So that's why we use already, okay? Very good. Now, use already in affirmative statements. Use yet in negative statements, okay? So what does it mean? That when we use yet, in all the cases, by the way, you must use the auxiliary haven't or hasn't, negative form. I mean, it's only possible to use have with yet if this is a question, okay? Great. And already always must be in affirmative statements. Example, I've already tried sushi. I haven't tried sashimi yet, okay? In this case, the first example is telling us that I have the experience in my life of trying sushi. It's not the first time, maybe it's my second time. And in the second example, when we use yet, it means that until this point of my life, I have never tried sashimi. No, never in my life I have tried that, right? Okay. Now we're going to talk about use ever or before. So when do we use ever and before? In questions about life experiences. Let's read examples. Have you ever eaten Indian food? So what happens with ever? Ever is used when you are talking about uh, any moment of your life, right? Like, okay, in any moment of your life, have you tried or have you eaten Indian food? Yes. It could be in any moment of your life, right? That's what it means ever. When we use ever, it's any moment of our lives, right? Have you ever tried? Have you ever gone? Have you ever visited? Have you ever complained? All right. Let's remember that, of course, when we use the present perfect, as we mentioned in the previous class, we need to use participle verb always. Here we have another example with ever. Has she ever been to London? It means if she has gone or if she has visited London at any moment of her life. It doesn't matter if it was yesterday, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It is okay. The question is telling us or requiring us to say if we have experience being in London, right? Okay. Now with before, what happens with before, everyone? Before must be at the end of the sentence, just like yet. Yet also must be at the end of the sentence. As you can see, already and ever are like, well, already is after the auxiliary and ever is after the subject in the question. And before and yet are always going to be at the end, right? Even if this is a question or even if it's a negative statement, you must use ever, before and yet, always at the end, right? Okay, so let's read the first example. Have you eaten Thai food before? Has she been to Paris before? Okay, maybe before and ever are like similar expressions, you know, that represent that maybe at any moment of your life have you done those things. So you can use both actually. They mean almost the same, you know, they are representing if maybe have you done something at any moment of your life, right? Okay, pretty cool. Now, let's finish. Use already or before in affirmative statements. Use have never or haven't never in negative statements. Okay, this is something very important. I mean, when you want to express affirmative sentences, you must use already or before. But if what you want to express is negative, so use have never or haven't never. We have two options and they mean the same, right? Have never and haven't ever mean exactly the same. Let's watch some examples. I've already tried Indian food 3 times, but I've never tried Thai food. You know? So we have an affirmative statement with already and a negative statement with never. I've never, right? Very cool. Second example, I've tried Indian food before, but I haven't ever tried Thai food. It means both examples mean exactly the same. You can mix the grammar, right? You can use already or you can use have never, but if you don't want, you can use before and having ever. However, the most important is that you follow the same structure, right? I mean, you cannot use things like, for example, we never use haven't. Haven't never is a grammatical mistake. Or if you use have ever, not because have ever is such as a question, so it doesn't have any sense. Okay. Finally, guys, be careful. You can use before in affirmative statements, but don't use ever, right? Don't say, I've ever been to London before. No, because this is a redundance. I've ever been to London before. It's very redundant and it's like a lot of information that it's not necessary, okay? So try to avoid those mistakes. All right, guys. So now we have a grammar buster. Yet and already expansion common errors. Ever, never, and before use and placement. You know? So as you can see, yet and already can be used in questions and in affirmative statements or negative statements, right? But the most important is that you don't mix them. I mean, for example, if you use already, it's not possible to use yet because they are totally different, right? So you have to pay attention on that. Okay, guys. Now take 2-3 minutes more to stop the video and to check again maybe some things that were not clear for you, okay? In order for you to comprehend and to understand a little bit better this information, right? So take your time and check it, and when you are ready, you can play the video again. Okay, everyone. Thank you for that. So now we are going to create a short conversation in which you're going to use the present perfect with already, yet, ever, and before. You can also use haven't never or have never, I'm sorry, or haven't ever. No problem. What are you gonna do? You are going to create a conversation. It can be very small. I mean, you can talk about experiences in your life or something like that. And then that would be all, okay? So what are you gonna do? You are going to write down the conversation in the chat in order for the professor to check it, to verify it, okay? So that's what we are gonna do. We have 6 minutes to accomplish that. So stop the video now. And when you are ready, please play it again, right? Let's go. Okay, guys, thank you for that. I hope that you have developed your exercises. So now what we're going to do, right? I'm going to check your conversations in the chat and I will write down my feedback for you, okay? So wait for that. Okay, guys, now Continuing with the exercise, with the production part, we are going to make this exercise, okay? So in this case, we are going to complete these questions with whatever you think is okay, of course, using the expressions that we have already learned in the previous explanation, okay? So, for example, in the number one, we say, has she a space? In this space, you have to say already, yet, never, ever, before, whatever you think is right. Or, I mean, you can use any action. Has she gone, traveled, visited, painted, knitted, whatever, right? And of course, you have to give me the short answer. Yes, she, or no, she. Okay. And then after the short answer, you have to give me like small argument, you know? No, she hasn't. She has never had the opportunity to go there, for example. Okay. Once you finish this part, you continue with the part number two. Write 5 sentences, questions about tourist activities in your city or country. Use yet, already, ever, and before for creating the questions. Here we have an example. Have you ever tried our seafood dishes? Have you, I mean, for example, one question that I could ask about Colombia is, okay, have you ever tried uh, dancing salsa music, for example, right? In Cali, right? So that is the idea, guys. Okay, for this exercise, you are going to have 12 minutes. So you have a lot of time to develop this. So what is the idea? Stop the video. Once you have the answers, you play the video again, and I will give you the probable answers for those exercises, okay? So let's do it. All right, guys, thank you for that. I hope you have done and you have made a great job. So now we are going to go to check the answers, okay? In the question number one, has she, notice how we have yet here, so we cannot use any other expression. The answer would be, has she visited? Has she gone? Has she known? Has she walked of the Great Pyramids yet? Let's say, yes, she has, or no, she hasn't. And the reason can be, okay, yes, she has. She has gone several times, probably. Number two, has he yet? So has he been? Or no, been is not possible. Has he walked, or has he traveled in Kyoto yet? Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Okay, question number three. Has she ever tried? As we already know, we have ever, so we cannot use any other expression. Has she ever tried ceviche? Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. Has he already taken a picture of pyramid of the sun? No, he hasn't, or yes, he has. Has she ever been to Beijing before? No, she hasn't, or yes, she has. Has she, we have yet at the end, so has she seen? No, has she taken a photo of the Forbidden City yet? Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. Okay, very good job. Okay, everyone. This exercise, of course, as this is a unsynchronous class, so I cannot check it right now. Then I ask you please to leave your answers in the chat, and I will check it and I will give you the right feedback. Okay. Very good. Okay, guys. Excellent job. So now, as a final recommendation, my recommendation is you must write down a story about your events in life, right? Your experiences. Of course, using the present perfect, adding yet, already, ever, and before to your examples. Try these texts not be like separated sentences, but try to be all together, you know? So in order for me to check it, you have to write it down in the chat too, okay? Okay, everyone. So I think that's it for this class. I hope that you have enjoyed it. And well, we'll see you in the next opportunity. So you can give me your questions through the chat and I will be answering through the team chat or through the Skype chat. Okay, guys. So thank you very much and I hope to see you again. Have a good day. Bye.